Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 21st of June, so in this Red Gaming Tentacon video we're going to be taking a look at the Steam Summer Sale for that particular date. So there are some pretty good deals on some ye-old faithfuls, to be honest. There's nothing particularly new here, but still the titles that are, I'm sure, are fairly solid. So we're going to start things off with a pretty damn regular title for the Steam Summer Sale, and that would be Terraria, $1.39 or $1.99. That would be pounds or dollars respectively, each representing 80% off. So Terraria could best be described, although it doesn't completely do it justice in one sentence, as a 2D perspective Minecraft. It had a massive update recently, and it is one of those games where you pretty much make of it as you will. The idea, of course, is that you build and get better armor, build your house, explore, and basically conquer. The game is kind of like a building RPG. I would recommend, however, this title to be played best with friends. It is definitely a title that benefits from someone else's input. That's not to say that you can't play with yourself, but it's a little bit like sex. It's better with someone else. Next one, Wasteland 2, 33% off, so that would be $26.79 or $40.19. Obviously, the first one being, well, the pound price. That's 33% off both. This is a top-down RTS. I haven't played it personally, however, Amata on this very channel has, and she has covered it if you want more in-depth look, but it does tell me it's a very good game and is a little bit like a top-down RTS type of game. It's pretty damn solid. I can't give you any more than that because I've not personally played it, but she has told me it's pretty damn good. Next one, and one that I don't really think I need to introduce because everyone and their mother knows about this game, whether you've played it or not, is Skyrim Legendary Edition. 66% off, which is a pretty good price actually. It brings this to $4.99 if you're paying in dollars, or $6.79 if you're paying in pounds, which is a little bit odd. In fact, actually, I'll take that back. I just realized that the UK store is showing the Legendary Edition and the US store is showing the standard Skyrim, so obviously you can just make the adjustments accordingly on the store page. Regardless, this title is very solid. It's got hundreds of hours of gameplay, a ridiculous amount of mods. I realize many of you who have been PC gamers for a long period of time probably know about this title in depth. However, for those of you who have maybe played it on the Xbox 360, or you've simply not tried out the DLC, now is the time. I have covered both pieces of DLC on the channel as well as Skyrim. If you need more information, there's also a couple of mods as well that I've covered for your FYI. Next up, one of my absolute favourite titles in terms of RPGs is Dragon Age Origins, $7.49 or $4.99, 75% off, and obviously dollars or pounds respectively. This is absolutely an amazing title. I personally think that BioWare did itself complete and utter justice. The second title in the series doesn't quite live up to this, if I'm totally honest. But the first is extremely strong storyline. It will keep you going for absolutely ages. It is a lengthy title. There are also a couple of mods to increase the graphics and add a few other shiny things, but they're not really necessary. The game does also run, just in case you're wondering, fine on Windows 8. Even though it's a little bit old, it does run fine on 8.1 and Windows 7. I'm sorry, Windows 64 and so on, so there's absolutely no issues there. I can't really recommend this game highly enough. It basically tells the story of you where you're pretty much trying to save the world from a blight which is going to befall it, and you're playing the role of a Grey Warden, and it takes a little bit of convincing for everyone to kind of believe you. Next one, The Stanley Parable, is available for 60% off, so that's $3.99, or if you be paying in dollars, that's what is that? He says looking for the dollar price. $5.99, so a pretty reasonable price, to be honest. This is another one of those games that was covered extremely extensively. It's a pretty solid game in terms of difficulty and in terms of the quality. It's been considered to be almost a narrative experience rather than a game experience. But for the for the price, to be honest, it's worth the price of admission. I'll just be totally and utterly honest with you. Next, I'm going to discuss Age of Empires 2. This is the HD edition, $374 if you're paying in dollars, or if you happen to be paying in pounds, it's going to cost you. I'm sorry, the first price was pounds, and the second price, which is dollars, is $4.99. So I'll repeat that one more time because I screwed up royally. Age of Empires HD edition 2 is $374 in pounds or $4.99 in dollars. This is a very good game, honestly, but here's the problem with it that I've heard regularly. Many players have given this exact same criticism. It's one of those titles where there are other RTSs and other kind of God type of games now that have definitely replaced it. That's not to say this is bad. And it's not to say that you won't have fun. It's just to say that a lot of people feel that the ship has sailed. On the other hand, if you are looking for an experience and you're kind of toying with going between back and forth, maybe you're out of titles or whatever, this is still a very solid game, and I'd still recommend it to anyone. And next up we have Contagion. So that's $4.99 if you're paying in dollars. On the other hand, if you're paying in pounds, that would be $3.74. I can honestly say that I've never played this title ever. It looks co-op based, and it looks fairly solid from some reviews. Others are giving it kind of a mixed critical reception. Here's what I'd recommend: if you can get other people to try it out with you, then you might want to give it a shot. Otherwise, I don't know. It's up to you. I can't be of any more help, unfortunately, just because I've not played it. And finally is 7 Days to Die, yet another early access game. It's available for 45% off, so that's $13.74 if you're paying in dollars, or $10.44 if you're paying in pounds. I don't honestly know much about this. It's yet another survival type of title, and there is a 2-pack available for this, which is also 75% off. I'm just going to give you the dollar price for this. 45% off is $22, basically. It's early access, so your mileage will vary, of course. I can't be of any more help for this one, simply because I've not played it, and I don't want to give you misinformation, so definitely do a little bit of research on that one. And that's about it. So I flew through this in this time because there's a couple of games I haven't played and so on. I'd also point out one little free tip to you all. Titanfall is available on Origin, not only at a steep discount right now, but it's also available for free for 48 hours after the initial load. So in other words, you just go to the page, you can see that it's available for free. Don't click on the buy button. There's another button that basically says, try it for free. I can't remember the exact wording. Click on that, and then you could try the game out for 48 hours after the first activation. I don't know how long they're doing this offer, so try it now, basically, if you've been interested in Titanfall on the PC. And with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.